And listen, as you can see, we've got a gentleman here in the studio because our first guest for today is someone who has become well-respected in the photography world for his sheer commitment to quality.
So basically, photographer Kgomotso Neto Tleane joins us to chat about how he pretty much stumbled into his current career and how it's literally taken him across continents.
Absolutely. So connect with us online. If you've got any questions for Kgomotso, tweet us at Afternoon Chat. But remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express or pop over to our Facebook page and leave a comment. Welcome to studio, Kgomotso.
Thank you for having me, guys.
You're so cool, calm and collected, and I think that directly reflects the work that you do and everything that goes into it. But you kind of happened upon photography. It wasn't always your goal.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was a point where there was a whole wave with like Tumblr and Blogspot and Instagram, and I used to shoot with my phone, and I ended up buying a camera. I was working at the time. At a call center, I ended up buying a camera and I started shooting, posting my work online, and a lot of people loved the work. I got to a point where I'm like, this is getting really serious, so let me just solely focus on photography, and that was
Amazing.
it. Yeah.
So I believe that you wanted to initially become a doctor, then you went to law school, and now you're a photographer that I heard one of the most amazing compliments about. They said that you make the ordinary extraordinary through your work. What a great, great compliment.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that journey.
I mean, it's also what people observe or what they see from the work. I mean, I create work that I believe that I resonate with, work that I feel is authentic to me, or work that I'm familiar with. Well, spaces that I'm familiar with and people that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
But people pick up different things from the work, you know? I can't explain it also, but what I know is that I create work from my heart and work from like a really good place.
And do you
work.
photograph like real life settings, or like I know with a lot of your pictures you've got like these really interesting shots? Do you place your models there, or is it real people in real life scenarios?
So I started out as a street photographer mostly, which is photographing what's already there.
Yeah.
But like as I grew with my photography, I ended up going more into the conceptual side of photography, which is mostly portraiture. So I do both. I do a bit of both, but I haven't done a lot of street in a while. So now it's mostly portraiture, where I take concepts which are mostly taken from everyday life and put them into studio, put them into a nice concept, and then photograph that.
Amazing.
Kgomotso, a lot of people, though, are quite interested in the new, in the different, exploring spaces that they're not familiar with. But as you've already mentioned, you're quite authentic in your work. It's places you visited, people you know, something that you've got a connection with.
Yeah.
Why is that so important, and why not venture out?
I think, I mean, venturing out will happen at some point, or it does happen. But I think it's really important, firstly, to tell our stories, or the story that I know, you know. So photographing where I grew up, or where I'm mostly in, it really is putting that space out into the world, or photographing the experiences that I'm used to. So, I mean, the only story that I know is my story. And I believe that from where I'm from, a lot of people have a similar story to the ones that I have. So people are able to sort of like resonate to the work that I put out, because it's mostly shared experiences that they've also been through.
Yeah. But it appeals to everybody around the world, because you recently went to New York. Tell us about how your work was received there.
Oh yeah, so that was a portfolio review, and when I was there, I realized that a lot of people who were there, it goes back to the thing of shooting familiar spaces. What I realized while I was there is that a lot of people create work that they I don't want to say familiar with, but they're trying to find out more about themselves from where they are from. There's a lot of, it has to do a lot with identity and a lot of other stuff.
And being inquisitive, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think what I took from that was for me to continue creating the work that I create, which is authentically South African, which I believe it is. And yeah, which is what I continue to do, because I was there in 2018, so yeah.
Before we go to our social media, I also need to find out from you, Kgomotso. I mean, these days, you spoke about social media, Tumblr, Instagram.
Yes.
Everyone believes that they're a photographer. Everyone believes that if you've got a cool smartphone, or if you've got, you know, a basic camera...
I'm pretty sick at selfies, I must be honest.
Can I tell you, girl? Jeannie knows I am the photographer here in studio. Like, I'm like, if you need a good picture taken...
very good.
It's me.
She knows my angles.
I'm telling you, and I didn't even study it or anything. So how are you able to... Exactly, how are you able to stay so competitive in a space that's so overly saturated, and, of course, stay leading the charge?
I mean, it goes back to staying authentic to yourself, shooting what you really think feels good to you, but also don't forget to like equip yourself with knowledge. I mean, there's the internet, there's YouTube, there's blogs people write about photography. There's also friends that I have who have went to school, so I'm able to sort of like bounce knowledge off them. As much as you're self-taught, you still need to sort of like equip yourself with knowledge on how to, I guess, stay competitive. The industry keeps growing, and you also keep growing as a person. I mean, you're not at a point where you're supposed to make a living out of this thing, and you need to sort of like know what's happening, you know. So you need to constantly upskill yourself with, I guess, the field that you're in.
Basically, do not be lazy. Go out and work, work, work. Even if you didn't study it, there's still ways to find out more. Now, we've asked you on social media if you've got any questions for Kgomotso, and we've got Mampoto here, who's used the hashtag Afternoon Express and asked, what made you go into this field? What made you choose photography?
I didn't choose it, literally.
Yeah, it chose you.
Literally, yeah, it's one of those cliche things, like it chose me. Like I was working at I dropped out, worked at a call center. When I was there, I bought a camera with one of my salaries, and from then, I guess photography taught me a lot about like the person that I am, and it got really serious. And I was like, okay, I need to really like be serious about this thing, and that's how it happened. I never had thought that I would become a photographer ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we absolutely love your work, and we're so glad that it found you.
Thank you so much.
After the break, physical therapist Cameron Aberdeen takes us through some really positive body goals.